Water scarcity has emerged as one of the greatest global challenges of the 21st century. In fact, our country is regarded as the 30th driest in the world. 10% of the land area of South Africa, Lesotho and Swaziland provides 50% of South Africa's surface water that flows into rivers and then bulk infrastructure like dams. These are the strategic water source areas that supply water to homes and industries. Water-related ecological infrastructure includes wetlands, rivers, riparian zones, and healthy mountain catchments, which contributes to water quantity, water quality, flood regulation, and drought resilience, in turn supporting adaptation to climate change.
The Living Catchment Project embodies stories of transformation. It showcases changes in the ways that communities, researchers, and policymakers interact, and in the ways that catchments are managed. The project is funded and supported by the Department of Science and Innovation as part of its broader efforts to institutionalize transformative innovation policy in South Africa. In 2019, the South African Biodiversity Institute, together with the Water Research Commission and other partners, initiated the Living Catchments Project to protect these areas and improve water governance in South Africa. The project focused on 4 catchment areas: the Umzimbubu, Tugela, Bergbreed and Oliphants catchments.
I am Puseletso Nkadimeng, a Catchment Biodiversity Mainstreaming Officer for SANBI working under the Living Catchments Project. We observed the ongoing challenges to restore and maintain critical ecological infrastructure like rivers, dams, mountain catchments that support water security. We realized that water security sits at the nexus of overlapping sectors, that is, energy, agriculture, environment, food security, and others. Diverse stakeholders were contributing to trying to find the solutions to water security. These stakeholders are a mix of scientific experts, government officials, policymakers, implementers, private organizations, and local communities operating at a local catchment and national scale. It was clear that something wasn't working. Catchment organizations working on the ground were missing opportunities to connect and share innovative solutions and ways of doing outside of their immediate context, leading to multiple small projects with great stories but little scale. Scientists were missing the opportunity to collaborate on new initiatives that connected with the needs of the ground. We were missing the opportunity of connecting ecological infrastructure to build infrastructure in the way we design and resource these initiatives as a sector. We realized that the processes of how we enable change and uptake water security solutions in the strategic water source areas were often not visible in the way we structure and design water security interventions. Issues like the practice of facilitating social learning or the practice of how we provide policy advice into complex policy issues. These grounded observations led to the conception of the Living Catchments Project.
The project plays out over 3 streams of work. The first stream of work looks at the establishment of communities of practice in catchments in strategic water source areas. Our model for these catchments is to appoint dedicated catchment conveners who are trusted on the ground, able to draw the right networks of people together. The second part of what this project focuses on is the actual act of social learning facilitation. This means that we know intuitively that the way we facilitate processes with each other is what often makes or breaks a process of change. But we don't always take the time to surface exactly how that facilitation needs to take place, who these facilitators are, and to deepen a space of co-learning between facilitators to make this practice better and more effective. The final piece of the project needed to look at policy, but specifically the act of providing policy advice in a way that is effective, connects with the needs of the stakeholders, and is ultimately able to facilitate these processes of change. And so, this policy advice component of work has created the space to really articulate what the work and the skill set of policy advisors needs to be working at the nexus between built and ecological infrastructure. It's also held a space for policy advisors within our system to start to form their own seed community of practice, where they can reflect on what they're doing, how they can become more effective in their work, and consolidate lessons that emerge over many years of practice.
We started by assessing 3 springs, so to see which one is strong, and then we chosen the one or left the other 2 for other living things to drink from. So we did the V-box and we tried to keep it as natural as it can. Then we piped the water down to 10,000 litre for storage. For when people are sleeping, then water is stored there. So we have 6 taps in the line of pipe. We are next to one of them.
Water is life. Before the project came to secure and protect this spring, people were drinking water together with animals. And now that there is some kind of protection around the spring, there is clean water for human consumption, and then the animals are able to drink from the other side of the spring. The other thing that the communities are appreciating, the fact that they are now able to come together and collaborate as communities, and they've got other partners that are coming into the community to assist them with their needs, to assist them with their priorities in the catchment. Through the INR being the catchment conveners and people that are embedded in the catchment, it has made it easy for them to engage with the communities because they are from the communities, they know the communities. There's also trust that have been built in so many years. So that is also something that we pride ourselves in when we work with communities. We meet communities from where they come from, we learn from the communities, we listen from the communities, and we become the voice of the communities when it comes to finding help from outside of the communities.
Before kufike le project, abantu abaqhamuka ngaphandle bebethi mangabe bezokwenza ama projects lana bayiqhamukele nje be independent, bafike bayisebenzele mangabe sekuphela umsebenzi abawenzayo bahambe. Kodwa ukufika kwale project le kusizile ekuthenini ama stakeholders angaphandle nama stakeholders angaphakathi, which includes leadership ye community, the traditional council, bakwazi ukuthi baqale basebenzisane, kwaziwe ukuthi obani abenza ini kuphi, kwaba i-platform ekwazi ukuthi ibahlanganise even nalabo abangaphandle, bazana ukuthi basebenza ethukela, basebenza kuziphi igodi, benzani, ukuze kube khona amathuba ukuthi kusetshenziswane mangabe kukhona ukuthi kungasetshenziswana.
I-Living Catchment Project isize kakhulu emphakathini ngoba siyabona ukuthi ena kukhona lokho ukuthi abantu mabe beveza inkinga zabo abavele emphakathini njalo nabo kade bekhona, kube khona ukuthi i-organization ethile ithi mina ngizoba nawo amandla ukuthi ngiqhamuke ngisize ngalokhu enginakho. Ngaleyo ndlela leyo sibonga kakhulu isizini. Nanokuthi endabeni yamanzi esikhathini esedlule emphakathini bekungekho ekuthenini ena kuthiwe kuvuselelwa iphethu, ngoba isiphethu siyimvelo, sigcinela amasiko nezinto ezithile zendabuko kuzona. Kodwa uma bekukhulunywa ngeproject yamanzi bekwaziwa nje ukuthi kufanele kudilizwe amaphayiphi, kufakwa amaphayiphi kanjalo, lokho okungagcini imvelo yethu namasiko egcinekile, ngoba isiphethu siyimvelo. Kukhona abalaphi bendabuko banamasiko abawagcina eziphethweni, nakuba amasiko enziwayo engagcini iy'phethu zethu zihlanzekile. Kodwa bona ngokwabo amasiko nemisebenzi yabo iyagcineka. Ngaleyo ndlela leyo isiphethu sibalulekile nokuthi sizigcineke njengoba zigcinekile.
Engakusho nje ukuthi lona lolu hambo lolu lusayindlela ende. So LCP project ikwazile ukuthi provide i-start. Kodwa okwenzekile through this project uWWF ubese eqhamuka wathi yena singakwazi ukuthi sipartnerishe sithole ifunding yokuthi ipartnership siyakhe siqhube siyise phambili, and ngalokho sikwazile ukuthi sithole ngisho ama-visitor because siyazama ukuthi sithole ama-funders azoza kwi-catchment azobona, and also amanye ama-NGO nawo ayahlangana asho ukuthi mina ngingenza ukuthi njengalo msebenzi nje awusho sisibawinile esiwenza ngala eMaswazini, lapho sisebenzisana no Mahlathini, sisebenzisana no World Trust. So lapho umsebenzi esiwenzayo umsebenzi we-restoration of amadonga. World Trust onudila kakhulu ne-alien clearing, but sinalo relationship ngoba lezi zinto ziyanikezelana. Siyakwazi ukuthi sithole i-output ye-alien clearing sisebenzise ngala kwilokhuzana kwi-restoration la kurestore khona indonga. So konke lokho kusebenzisana kuhle kakhulu. Sesiyakwazi ukuthi futhi sixoxe nangokuthi sibhala ama-proposal ngokuhlangana ngoba sesikhuluma ngazwi linye.
In 2020, the team partnered with the Transformative Innovation Policy Consortium, otherwise known as TIPSI. TIPSI is a global consortium of researchers, policymakers, and other stakeholders looking to harness innovation to address societal and environmental challenges. TIPSI provided theoretical tools that allowed the Living Catchments team to better articulate what it was that they were trying to change.
And this collaboration has been a rich source of learning for us. It's been a source of learning about how to develop theories of change from a particular perspective. It's been an opportunity to reflect on what drives transformative change and what that takes of us as project implementers in the system. The Living Catchments Project has taught us something important for the system of innovation and what we need to fund in this space. So often we focus on the technical solutions or the process or guideline that we can contribute to the system. But what we've realized is that there's another layer to effective science support and contribution to water security, and that's actually the co-learning, co-creation space between scientists and stakeholders, and not just building that network but facilitating that over a long period of time in a way that deepens trust, collaboration, understanding, and an ability to optimize on synergies.
From these stories of transformation, we learn valuable lessons that can help us to change the way that policy is developed and change practices more widely and on a larger scale. These lessons are important to the Department of Science and Innovation as it continues to support transformative innovation policy in South Africa so that we can collaboratively and inclusively achieve transformative development goals.